All right, here we go. So we've talked a lot about solving two-step equations. Now we're going to take that and just make it just a little bit harder. You see we have distribution equations. So before we jump into this, I want to remind you of distribution. Distribution means you take the number that's in front of the parentheses and you multiply it by everything inside the parentheses. You multiply, you distribute. So 3 times 4x would be 12x. 3 times negative 7 would be minus 21. That's distribution. On your assignment, there'll be a couple of just distributions you won't have to solve. If there's no equal sign, the problem is done right there. Okay? No equal sign, there's nothing to set it equal to, there's no opposite operations. That's it. When we have equal signs, then we would continue to solve the equation. So, here we go. On all of these problems, when you see a parentheses, your first step is going to be to distribute. Take the number that's in front of the parentheses and multiply times everything on the inside. Don't go over here, just the stuff on the inside. Again, we have two sides. I can't start undoing anything until I get this done. So 3 times 2x, 6x, 3 times the minus 5, minus 15. Watch your signs here. The 9 hasn't changed. Now we finish this out just like we did last week with our inverse operations by doing the opposite. So now I have a minus 15. Add 15 to both sides of the equation. Bring this down. 9 plus 15 is 24. What's this step? Good. Divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. X equals 4. Now, we've talked a lot about checking answers. If I want to check my answer, it's the same thing. I take that and I check it back up in here. When you're doing a check here, order of operations are important inside the parentheses. I'm not going to distribute when I'm checking my work. I'm going to do this stuff in here. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. Is 3 times 3 9? Sure is. I know I have the correct answer. So your checks, you don't distribute when you're doing a check. Just do your order of operations. Here we go. Told you to be careful with negative numbers. I got a negative 5 out front here. I'm going to distribute the negative 5. So be careful when you're multiplying your negatives. This times this, negative 10x. What is negative 5 times the minus 7 or the negative 7? Positive 35. 5 hasn't changed. Now I go about solving my equation with opposites. Minus 35 on both sides. Calculator's going to come in real handy here. If you're not good with the negatives, bring down the minus 10x. Put that in the calculator, you get negative 30. And then we finish up with that division step. Divide by negative 10. And I get x equals negative divided by negative is positive 3. Let's do one more, okay? Again, the equal sign is still the equal sign. That hasn't changed. I still have to work on the variable side here. So now I'm distributing a negative 3. Watch your signs on the multiplication. 6 hasn't changed. Negative 3 times 3. Negative 3 times the minus 8 is positive 24. Get the variable by itself. Work the variable side. What's the next step? Good. This is negative 18. What am I going to do next? Divide by negative 9, because I need this division to come out to positive x, This comes out to +2, and we're done. So the bottom half of the problems are just like we did last week. We're adding one step in the beginning with the distribution. Watch your signs on the distribution step.